You know what to do with it.
Alright, we're gonna change the pace and bring Glen up here. Yeah. Some poetry.
So, me do poetry. Me poet. So, I'm going to start off with a few things. First, I guess I'm going to say that new book out, if anybody wants to buy it. It's called Pobocik.
We have it.
Yeah.
How much is it?
It's $4.
Oh, $4.
Only $4. And what's cool is it comes with a mustache on a stick.
You didn't mention that there was brown available as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have black and blonde and all sorts, but it's a poetic tribute to Britain. Thus the mustache on a stick. So, that's a fun fair. I put it there.
Which one was the one with one of your friends he had to pull out on the bus with the two characters and they're interacting?
Oh, yeah, that one's pretty cool. It's in I don't remember. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the first piece I'm going to do was a great big long poem. It's in 6 or 7 parts. I'm not going to make you sit through that. I'm going to do the first 2 parts. And then, as a poet, I'm also a big fan of covers. So it's going to end with a cover. The third part I'm going to do is actually written by one of my favorite writers, Scott Walker. Woo! So, people know who Scott Walker is? Cool. So this is called Aqualung. And the first part is called It All Came From Somewhere. I gotta thank Jenny for the spotlight. Thanks, Jenny.
Oh.
You know how I love those things.
Yeah, well, Linda.
Alright, so, it all came from somewhere. Look, he's just fiddling with stuff. He's not really a poet. It all came from somewhere. It was a feeling. A paranoid blanket pulled across the country. Psychics were the first to go bleeding and bleeding into the night. Telephones empty of pathetics no longer in control of their lives. Philosophers drank hemlock and Mad Hatter tea parties. Politicians dug each other's graves and gargled gravel oratory. Mud bubbling up from their throats. Angels peacefully watching. The lost were lost in forever, never-ending pages. Choirs lost their voices. This helped in toppling over steeples and breaking Rose's windows with black-collar bandits stealing from collected plates. Stealing from the mouths of the few elderly who did not, as of yet, commit suicide under the moon's lofty grin. It all came from somewhere. We all knew it. No prophet had to come to prove it. It was innate, like the flooding of emotions of fire in Alexander's historical library. In the last time Johnny swung a club. The end was a panic and a joy. It held questions of answers, and born were the people who would play kicking and screaming. It all came from somewhere, maybe within us, time to end, and it happened like a lightning bolt. It all came from somewhere. Part 2. Riot, living ghost of a phrase. Government no longer heated for the underground. Police cars were on fire in a nuclear ice cream sun-setting sky. We were at war. Broken windows, broken bones, cuts on foreheads, bruises shown by billy clubs, villainous black suit riot cops dressed for urban warfare, or the plague of sweaty mongrel city dancing on this, the third night of mob violence, tasting tears, fever, and piss. Hamlets with glass shields, outside blood splatters and specks, the inside is emotion drenched. Their vision impaired by grime, crime, and mud gutter fodder, moving in lava lamps' dreams, wishing to be anywhere but here. The more they try to wipe away, the more it smears. The oppressed. The time seconds needed to flood out and throw black, baton swiping executioner, raining broken hopefuls of human pain on concrete canvas. A shout from the back of the out from under, over top turned squad car dying animal. Still, other enforcement pushed forward and back of hungry food stamped rioters on Maudlin Street. Starving and desperate to feel thin, scabby babies, rejected lives, themselves food for thought equations. A dark corner in the market births a gunshot. Halt, called from the SWAT man, and sweat, crowded panic, turns on the law. Short shots violate into a woman. She falls to the glass sprinkled cement. The last raspberry rays of the day shine into her window across the street. Jagged face announces to stay inside. Darkness lifts its disappearing. The tears of the riot run deep. This is America, home of the free, the brave, where bland eyes see on waves carried into the storm. See the dwarves and see the giants. Which one would you choose to be? And if you can't get that together, here's the answer, here's the key. You can freeze like a 30th century man. Like a 30th century man. I'll save my breath and take it with me till 100 years and so. Shame you won't be there to see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. Play it cool and saran wrap all you can like a 30th century man. That was not very happy poem, was it? I assure you, though, that the poems in here are much happier.
And how much is that book?
$4.
$4.
Good job.
That sounds dramatic.
All right. So, oh my God, everything I brought today is a little. It's kind of a downer. I didn't realize that until right now, standing up here.
Well, it's Valentine's Day.
Okay. Yes, it's Valentine's Day. So there you go. Like I said, I love to do covers too. And growing up, I didn't get into poetry through poetry, oddly enough. I got into poetry, being a huge fan of music. So to me, my poets are McCartney and Lennon, and Robert Plant, and of course David Bowie. And that's what I'm going to do next. One of the things that you'll find runs a lot in my poetry, by the way. Another book by Glen, Birdsall. You can find this on Amazon.
How much?
This one's $6.
Only $6?
Yes.
What Steele?
36 Chambers of the Taoist. And a lot of my stuff that's more serious than Poppycock has a lot of themes about how we're trapped. And many of the ways that we're trapped, oddly enough, is with time. I always find time to be an interesting aspect to write about, because it certainly does trap us to some degree. So, here we go. This is called Time. Time. He's waiting in the wings. He speaks of senseless things. His script is you and me, boy. Time. He flexes like a whore, falls wanking to the floor. His trick is you and me, boy. Time. In Quaaludes and red wine, demanding Billy dolls and other friends of mine. Take your time. The sniper in the brain, regurgitating drain, incestuous and vain, and many other last names. Oh well, I look at my watch, it says 9:25, and I think, oh God, I'm still alive. We should be on by now. You are not a victim. You just scream with boredom. You are not evicting time. Chimes, God damn, you're looking old. You'll freeze and catch a cold, 'cause you've left your coat behind. Take your time. Breaking up is hard, but keeping dark is hateful. I had so many dreams, I had so many breakthroughs, but you, my love, were kind. But love has left you dreamless. The door to dreams was closed. Your park was real and greenless. Perhaps you're smiling now, smiling through this darkness, but all I had to give was guilt for dreaming. Are there Bowie fans out there?
Yes.
Very bored Bowie fans. Yes! Bowie's okay.
Cool World soundtrack was awesome.
It was.
So it got me out of bed the other day.
Alright, so I'm going to do another poem up here. Alright, so this is called For Someone Breaking. I'm not even tripping oddly over the foot you put in front of me. And you hung me out like a chandelier used as a piñata. Did it matter to you that I couldn't take the blow you hit me with because you killed the stars that lit my future, sparkling under your foot? I want to look away and keep my balance, but my eyes are drawn to the art you start on this fool's hour. I gotta find my mind, a new place to stay, so I'm looking for a way out of this hostile rabbit's hole, no longer rustling up feelings. I'm getting out and tripping oddly today. Mirrors are only looking glasses that blind you with flashes. So where I stand now is not near you, but it's not near me either. Alice, you're a bitch, and you always will be.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day. Alright. I am going to do one more and then I'm out.
Gotta hold the
I hope-
mustache up.
Do I have to? Yeah. Alright. I'm only doing this for Eric. There you go, buddy. Alright. Let me see. Something a little bit more happy. I can't leave you guys the way that if Alice is a bitch. It's terrible.
I would have been so glad when it was not.
I know.
My mind is a Piccadilly circus.
Whoops. Sorry, I forgot that. Yeah, I thought about that. You know what? Actually, I am gonna quit now, but I'm going to let Al come up and do My Mind is like London's Piccadilly Circus for me.
Alright, that'd be fun.
He's gonna, hopefully he's gonna do it.
Do it with an accent. There we go.
This is the way Al did it. I
Hopefully
had
there's
an
no
opening
English
here
people here.
About 2 or 3 months ago. And I had a few guests do some of the poems in the book, so Al's gonna do this. Remember,
Alright. It's like a combination of like Cockney, Michael Caine, and John Lennon. Or all the Beatles into one. All the Beatles into one. Alright, this is a poem by Glen Birdsall. It's entitled My Mind is like a London's Piccadilly Circus. Part 1. This double-decker bus carries the children off now. And we're all children, reaching up for one single heart. If we step back and take a moment to breathe, we'll see that we can share. In the end, love is all that matters. Love is all that matters. In a world where we worship material made of matter, love, which is an antimatter, is the easiest thing to touch. Part 2. I'm recycling an anthem in my head, because it was sleeping yesterday, and it held its own in the air with nothing to say. Silhouette exited like a cigarette in Michael Caine's mouth. Exhausted from a long day drag, then extinguished. If you close your eyes, you can see in the West District of your mind. So I am reawakening storage early enough to escape from the prison colony, to find a brand new memory for me to stand up tall upon. Take a breath to love, breathe out the smoke, breathe in the la la la. Law, law, law. Alright, give it up for Glen. $4.
My first time down here at the open mic, and it seemed like a real fun place to be. I do a lot of the open mics in the area, and along with my friend Brian over here, who hosts some of them himself. And we usually have a pretty good time. A lot of my roots are in early rock and roll. You can tell by the color of my hair, I go back a little ways. I grew up on the early rock and the country of that period, but I like a lot of the stuff that I hear today, and all music is good music as far as I'm concerned. Here's something that, this is probably more of a traditional old song, but it was recorded more recently by, let's see, Eric Clapton.
Song Karina Karina.
You know, they're so similar. I'm surprised that someone didn't get sued along the way, but I think Karina was probably the first song to come out. And some of those traditional type songs, if they didn't have a clear artist, you could go back and, you know, snatch onto them and make them yours. So I suspect that might be what happened there. But the songs are so similar, you could just almost just change the word there. Like I said, a lot of my roots are in country, and this is a song about unrequited love, which is a kind of love in which you love somebody more than they love you, if in fact they love you at all. And it's kind of a pitiful thing, but that's life. This is called Touch Me and I'll Be Your Fool Once More. And my world stands still. I know I'm your fool once again. Hold me, and it seems as though we're together once again. before, but when you touch me, I'll be your fool once more. Take me, for I'm just a toy that you play with when there's no one else around. And my world will be waiting here when your world comes tumbling down. You know I beg you, please don't leave, but it's only make-believe. And when you touch me, well, I'm your fool once more. You know just how to keep me dangling on your string. But you see your pup has danced for the last time. I can't take the heartaches that you bring. I know that it's wrong. I know it's wrong to love you so, but I just can't let you go. And when you touch me, I'm your fool once more. You know just how to keep me dangling on your string. But you see your pup has danced for the last time. I can't take the heartaches that you bring. I know that it's wrong. I know it's wrong to love you so, but I just can't let you go. And when you touch me, I'm your fool once more. When you touch me, I'm your fool once more. Well, growing up in the 50s, of course, one of the architects of rock and roll was Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
He had a song called C'est La Vie, and it's been done over the years by a lot of different people. Having a good time down here tonight, enjoying all the different forms of art and music mixed together. Kind of a nice little bag. All right, so set up the rhythm here, right? To the accordion. Maybe next time we'll get Al to help out on this. Yeah. It was a teenage wedding. The old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre, they truly loved the mademoiselle. And now the young, the steward, and the dime have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It shows you never can tell. They furnished off an apartment with a two-room robot sale. The coolerator with jam, with TV dinners and ginger ale. And when Pierre found work, a little money coming worked out well. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It shows you never can tell. shows you never can tell. They bought a souped-up caddy, a cherry red 53, and drove to New Orleans to celebrate the anniversary. It was there Pierre was wedded to the lovely mademoiselle. C'est la vie, say the old folks, shows you never can tell. The old folks wish them well. You can see that Pierre, they truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young Missouri was down here from the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it shows you never can tell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it shows you never can tell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it shows you never can tell.
Well, give it up for Marcus.
Wouldn't it be a scary one, Marcus?
You mind if I sit down? That's fair. I guess I won't be all rude. Yeah, we have nice guests we have up here. You know, some people make you happy and dance. Some people, you know, make you down or whatever. I'm usually the guy they worry about. I tend to get scared. And this piece right here, it's supposed to be on a new quad coming up. So, you know, if you happen to read it, they wanted us to be anonymous, but, you know, if you happen to read it, if it sounds familiar, you know, this is mine. So, this is called 25,000 grams, and it goes a little something like this. Some habits die hard, and some habits are hard to let go. Some habits are bad for your health, and others can put you in debt. There are treatments for these bad habits, such as choosing another hobby, seeking professional help from a therapist or a friend. Unfortunately, in our society, we are always looking for a quick fix. Though they may buy us some time, but they seldom get the job done. Instead of playing it smart, we tend to think we can dodge bullets. Why take a chance and gamble with one's time instead of being wise to the act? There's a customer in the G&C vitamin store. His name is Leon, and he just got a job offer at the assembly line in the factory. The position pays pretty well, and it has great benefits from dental, medical, 401k plan, the whole works. Leon has short pay dirt. However, there is a little problem. Leon has to take a test, and if he's tested positive, that job is out the window, and he has to face eviction from his apartment. His friend Curtis knows about certain drugs to take that can help him with his problem. Though it's been so long since he's been in a vitamin store. So what should I take, man? Leon asks as he looks through the selection of vitamins. I don't know if they have it, man, but I take niacin. The shit feels weird for a while, but at least you can tell it works, Curtis tells Leon. What I do, I take it in my sleep so I don't feel it. My cousin took those pills right before he had to take his test for his job, and he passed with flying colors, so to speak. Okay then, niacin it is, Leon says as he makes his way to the desired selection. The selection has everything from hemby bark to steroids in big red bottles, testosterone in huge blue bottles with a big bright orange clearance sign hanging next to them. This must be the bulk size section, but I don't see any niacin. Leon continues to look. Shit, where is it? Can I help you guys with something? The salesperson asked. Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have any niacin pills, would you? Curtis asked. See, my best friend just got a call for this awesome, kick-ass job, so he has to get ready to take his test. I understand, but unfortunately we are sold out of those right now. What? Leon says with a look of disappointment on his face. Oh no, this can't be happening. I need that job. Look, it ain't the end of the world, man. Regardless of what the news is saying about the economy, you can find work anywhere, man. All you have to do is look in the right places. And you have 2 degrees, man. If you can't find it here, you can get out this dead-end city and go someplace else. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'll be right back. The salesperson excuses herself and makes her way towards the UPS man with a brown package. Fuck, I can't believe my luck, man. Why did I ever decide to? Calm down. Have you heard what I said? Curtis tries to get his friend Leon to see the bright side. It's taking him a minute to relax. Yeah, man, you're right. You know, all habits die hard, man. But if I can get a chance to get some of these pills, I'll keep this habit for good. Leon takes a deep breath and decides to make a phone call to tell the job that he can't make it. But suddenly, the salesperson has a huge smile on her face with the package in her hands. Hey guys, today must be your lucky day. The salesperson wears a smile as a sign of good news. Is that the niacin? Leon asks. No, but I heard it's better than niacin. It does the same thing, only it's more hardcore. Hardcore? Curtis says with a puzzled look on his face. I hope it's at least FDA approved. It's called 25K. Supposedly it's 25,000 times more powerful than niacin. Leon hangs up his cell phone and quickly grabs the 25K. Oh, thank you so much. You're like an angel. Man, it came right on time. Curtis takes another bottle from the brown package and decides to analyze his new product. The bottle is black with a huge lightning bolt from the god Zeus throwing lightning bolts at it. The pills themselves look like a small black piece of charcoal. Excuse me, if you're going to open it, then you may as well pay for it, the salesperson says. I'm sorry, I was just curious. What company makes those pills? I never heard of them. Curtis asks as he hands her back the bottle. I'm not sure, but we never allow anything that's not FDA approved in this store. So you should be fine. Oh man, I'm grateful. Here you go, you can keep the change, Leon says as he hands her a $20 bill. Thank you, and good luck on your test, salesperson says as she waves him goodbye and they leave. Meanwhile, at Leon's apartment, he and Curtis decide to kick their bad habits to the curb. After this last one, of course. Curtis rolls up some joints, and Leon turns on the music as he bobs his head to the beat. Leon grabs a lighter from between the cushions of his couch. Whenever he needed to smoke, he'll keep his lighter hidden because sometimes Curtis takes them by mistake. At least until I get my 90 days in this job, Leon says after he takes a puff and then coughs. That's what's up. But Curtis concurs. But let me see that bottle again. Leon tosses Curtis the black bottle of 25K and he continues to read the supplement facts. As he smokes with one hand and reads on the other, he noticed the 25,000 grams stated in the back. Curtis' eyes got real big with terror. Man, what is it? Leon asks as he passes the joint to Curtis. You're freaking me out. Okay, look, I know you never took niacin before, but I did. For the first time you take it, it's uncomfortable as hell. You get the itching and it feels like you're burning. But that shit was only 250 grams. This shit right here is more than 250. I wouldn't take this shit, man. I strongly suggest you take this back. And turn down that good paying job? What are you smoking on? Leon asks as he calls. Shit, the same thing you are. They both laugh. Well, seriously, I wouldn't touch this. You're better off not going. Look, if I get this job, I can have some money in my pocket. I feel less of a man right now with no job. This shit ain't cool. I want to feel whole again, man. I'd rather be dead than to be educated and broke. Curtis puts out the joint as he gets himself ready to leave. Alright, man. Look, good luck with the test. You got this. But also think about what I said, man. You got the smarts to get whatever job you want. And even if you don't pass the test, it's not the end of the world, homie. Thanks, man. I'm leaving this smoking shit alone for a while after this test. Can't afford to do this anymore anyway. Leon said. They gave each other a pound and chucked the deuces to each other and Curtis leaves. Leon looks at the 25K black bottle and begins to speculate as well. The thoughts of finding another job echo in his brain, and they have already smoked enough, which could also increase his chance of failing the test. Then the thoughts echo again. He has already bought the drug, so he might as well go ahead and take it. Leon opens the 25K bottle and pours 2 of the pills in his hand and decides to take them. As the pills descend to his stomach and swim to his digestive system, he remembers Curtis saying that going to bed helps whenever the sensation starts. He crawls into his bed and shuts his eyes and falls asleep. Curtis went back to the GNC store. Something told him to go back and talk to the salesperson about those pills. She wasn't there, but there was an older yet slightly less unattractive than the previous employee. This new salesperson is taking the 25K bottles off the counter one by one. Curtis looks on as she's taking them down rapidly. "Can I help you, sir?" The new salesperson said with a gruff voice, as expected for someone at her age to have. "Yeah, I'm just looking at those 25K bottles again. I was here earlier with my friend," Curtis says. "Oh, those bottles are no good. We're getting rid of these immediately. Too many complaints." "Damn, already?" Curtis asked. "Yeah, people are going to the hospital getting this shit pumped out of their systems. There's been too many casualties to report. The little bitch that was here earlier is fired. Damn kids, they don't know anything. I weep for the future." "Hold up, slow down. What casualties are being reported?" Curtis asked. "My best friend just bought a bottle to pass his test. Better off just drinking water. Why didn't you buy the niacin?" The new salesperson asked. "You guys were all out." "Oh hell, we had some in the back. The little schoolgirl forgot to stock some last night. And even if we were fresh out, we could have them delivered to you to your home once you made the purchase." "Wow, did she guys tell you anything, or was she too busy being cute?" "Ain't this a bitch?" Curtis said to himself. "Nope, just her. Come on, I'll show you if you still need some. So your friend is looking for a job, huh? I can use an assistant manager here now. We got good benefits, 401k, medical benefits, etc. Cool, can't wait to tell Leon. Oh, what were those casualties from the 25K pills again?" Curtis remembered. "Oh yeah, well, you took niacin before, right?" the lady asked as she stocks the niacin on the shelf. "Yeah," says Curtis as he helps her stock some of the drugs on the shelf himself. "Amplify that shit 25,000 times and you got yourself a casualty," the salesperson said. "Some people were complaining how hot they were, some people had seizures, and it's just a mess." She looks in the back of the bottles and she gasped. "What? What's up?" Curtis asked frantically. "My friend may have taken some of those pills. I need to know what's going on." "Did she tell you that these pills are FDA approved?" the salesperson asked. "Yeah, she did." "They are not. You better call your friend, and I will gladly give him his money back. I'll be here till close. Oh, and give him this." She gives Curtis the niacin pills and a card with the website address where one can apply for a job. "Thank you. You are real help." Curtis takes her token of appreciation. Meanwhile, in Leon's apartment, the sounds of screams of agony are coming from the bedroom. Leon cannot seem to stop scratching. Leon is scratching so hard that his skin peels off every stroke and scratch. The scratch bleeds, and regardless, he continues to scratch himself. There's an outbreak of rash covering his body as if he were symbiotic. What the hell is this?" Leon frantically screams and shouts in more agony and pain. "Somebody help me!" Leon's skin begins to blister and suddenly boil as water in a pot does to a stove. He dashes to the freezer and sticks his head inside. However, it's useless since all the ice immediately evaporates the moment he sticks his head in. He opens the refrigerator and grabs a bottle of water. Leon's terrified for his notice of the bottle of water boiling in his hands. "Oh my God! What the fuck is going on?" Leon shrieks with great fright and terror. Leon's skin continues to leak blood from his arms due to the constant scratching and bubbles from the body temperature due to the pills. Suddenly he engulfs in the flames. "Ah!" Leon screams as he burns until he can no longer scream anymore. The burning figure drops to his knees and the screaming is now silent. The rest of Leon is on the kitchen floor with his body burnt and his fist bald. Half burnt flesh, other half is bone.
She's got something brewing. All right. Please be kind to Jennifer.
I hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I did. I always got a love story, so this is the perfect day. I'm gonna kind of read a sad one first. Yeah, okay. This is called Sorrow. How I felt last year, before spring came, and anyways, okay. It's called Sorrow. Bear with me, I kind of just. Anyways, okay, here we go. Joy, stay with me tonight, young, free, and fair, but the morning bathed the earth. Joy met sorrow, and joy left me there. This is where sorrow comes to stay. We all know what this means. He holds me tighter than any man. He walks and stays with me everywhere. He surely knows me best. So light, my joy, come visit me, for he who holds me will be the death of me. But joy does not want to forgive. That sorrow will be there to fight him every day I live. I ask God to forgive me, to take away my sorrow and the light and the world he hides. I shouted, bring me back joy, his light will bring me there. So sorrow took me away, he knew I wanted better. The fall leaves have already fallen for winter. The ice threatens to freeze my heart even more. The spring sun won't be back in time to make me happier. So sorrow, I ask you to let your chains release me. Your darkness won't fight out my darkness. Your hate won't make war with my hate. Only light, my joy, can give me happiness. Only love, I know he is out there, can forgive me. Joy came and burned sorrow in my arms. He is still young, free and fair. I gave him the power to believe in himself. When the morning light bathed the earth, joy destroyed sorrow and stayed with me there forever. Okay, it's called Goddess of Darkness. A face whiter than snow, hair golden waves longer than her body, lips like morphine, redder than the roses I gave to her. In the shadows they gave me a gift, darker than the shadows that hide her. The moonlight pulled her innocent face close to mine, like she has grown up 1,000 times. But never let any man have her way with her. What secrets hide behind her face? Kiss me and I swear the whole world will be answered. For all eternity the stars are passing slowly. As the clouds hide behind the moon, her eyes sparkle like silver stars for the 100 years she has waited for me. Lined with the blue oceans of what is left of her human memories of who she loved. But who is this mysterious stranger? I try to speak, but her words come first. Speak only with your heart, love not with your eyes. I closed my eyes, hoping she would kiss me. I opened them, finding myself face to face with someone who looked much different. But she is not hiding anymore, and that was beautiful. White fangs of hunger in her eyes. I was in love with a vampire. I turned my face, exposing my neck. I will give her all of my blood, my soul, and my spirit. I will let her have all of me if that's what made her happy. Closing my eyes, thinking it was the last time I'd see her face, I realized the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart and not seen. Love comes in many forms, and if you can't learn to love with your heart, unbiased of who she is or who he is, what she looks like and the color of her skin, then you have never truly loved at all. Because in dreams and in love there are no impossibilities, and there's nobody you can't fall in love with. I was in love with a vampire. Oh, goddess of darkness, I will be yours forever if you let me.
Yeah.
One more. I wrote this last week. It's been a really, really stressful quarter, and I haven't had time to just like put all my emotions and stuff and just let it all out. But last weekend I just had a day to myself, and this is what came out.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day. This is called When Summer Met Winter, a tale of love, loss, and woe, and a love that was never meant to be. The Snow Queen dreams of his roses in summer, and summer of lips of his honey. Lips of honey. While the King of Summer dreams of the Snow Queen's eyes. The Snow Queen sleeps in clouds of snow and ivory, while the King of Summer sleeps in forest arms. When summer met winter, there could have never been a more impossible love such as this. A tale of love, loss, and woe, and a love that was never meant to be. He tells her to stay in love with herself and the world she makes sleep, for they will only keep dreaming of each other 2 seasons apart. And they each dream of each other, and they each dream of their own, and the days wear down the seasons, as the sea wears down the stone. She dreams of roses loving him the only way she can. He dreams of holding her, and tries to remember their love the only way he can. They're both captives of what they are, in a prison with days for bars. And images of time passing, of loneliness, of her darkness. Memories of her silver hair, of fire and ice, of his sunshine. And the king of summer knows that her kisses burn, and the queen of winter knows she'll only melt in her heart for a little while. And no matter how often they meet, they can never quite learn that fire and ice can never live in paradise. But can't you see, you can't stop his hands melting the ice on her face. And no, you can't stop these kisses that burn and freeze all at the same time between them. They meet when summer dies and autumn takes hold. They meet when winter ends and spring lets them be. She stood there dressed in the cold, silver hair falling down, as soft, swift winds swirled around her, and his eyes burned just looking at her. And they dream forever in autumn, when the frost first comes to call, she leaves. And in the spring, as the color comes to her cheeks, they will love all spring, and he will leave her again. And the queen just wants to be a woman, and the king just wants to be a man. And the king of summer knows that she understands. And they'll dance to turn the year, and they'll dance to soon love one another. Till they meet again, she waits patiently. Love never promised to be perfect. It hurts, love burns, love is cold, and love is impossible. Waiting is just the hardest part. Till they meet again in spring and in autumn.